Alright, I'm gonna say a name and then everybody say the first thing that comes to your head right away when I say this name, okay?
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Michael J. Fox.
Shakes.
The Shakes?
Shakes?
Yeah. He shakes a little bit?
Yeah.
That I would have said what he said, but that's very interesting.
What'd you say?
I said Back to the Future.
But you said the first thing that came to mind, so I'm just following your direction.
That's totally fine. That's why I was just curious that Shakes was the first thing that came to mind.
I was gonna say something and I heard him say shakes and I was like,
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say Parkinson's. That was the first thing that came to mind.
Well, that's the better way. Well, that's the proper
That's
way.
the PC way.
That's what you meant.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because Parkinson's is actually, wow, the fact you said this article today is about Michael J. Fox and Parkinson.
You ever see this episode on Curb Your Enthusiasm?
What did he say? What did he say? What did he say?
No, it was just the whole bit was him like Larry David lives above him, below him, and he just was complaining that Michael J. Fox shakes a lot, and that was the whole bit of the whole episode, and it's pretty funny. I'm not gonna ruin it, but he's in on the joke with it, so it's fun, you know. He like he's opening up a soda for him, and he's giving it to him, and then he opens the top and it sprays everywhere, and he's like, "Yo, what the fuck? You hate me, or was that Parkinson's?" And he goes, "No, that was the Parkinson's." And that's
Hate me or is that Parkinson's?
It's really funny, real funny.
That's tight.
Good stuff. So
Bart's just living in that joke. He goes, Shakes!
yeah.
Well, because I just saw him on my Explore page, and I forgot where he was at, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot he has Parkinson's." But it was cool. Like I forgot. It almost seemed like a reunion. Like he was hugging another.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what it was. He was hugging him. It was cool.
Yeah, so Michael J. Fox has opened up about his Parkinson's diagnosis and why he was reluctant to tell fans. Because you guys know he got diagnosed actually in 1991 at the age of 29 years
That
old.
is so early.
So young.
That's like people didn't know for years.
Yeah, it's most people with Parkinson's start to develop symptoms when they're over 50. Although around 1 in 20 people with the condition first experience symptoms when they're under 40. So Fox is subsequently the 1 in 20 who are diagnosed with the disease at a very young age. But when he was diagnosed in 91 at age 29, he didn't tell his fans about the diagnosis until 7 years later in 98. Wow. Why would you?
Is this have something to do with his image? Because I know like in a lot of Asian entertainment, they try to keep like the stars single or whatever, right? So that they feel more accessible for some reason, and it adds to the appeal. I was thinking maybe it has something to do with his image or him booking.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
For sure.
A little bit. I guess just to get right to it, this is actually a different kind of wholesome, I guess how I read it. But he stated, "My fear was that if they knew I had an illness, a condition, that they wouldn't be able to laugh."
Oh, that's really fucking cool.
That's true.
Yeah, because it's
Or
like
it'd be like a pity laugh, and he wants to make sure that it's genuine.
Oh, wow.
because like for Michael J. Fox is obviously a huge name, especially when I was like growing up too. But
Massive.
as soon as he got Parkinson's, or like when people found out, that's like the first thing you think of. So I'm sure for someone that was, he's 21 when he got diagnosed, you said?
29.
He was 29 when he got diagnosed, but he didn't tell people until he was 36.
He probably doesn't want to, because then everyone's only going to assume that like, oh, you're the guy with Parkinson's. You're not Michael J. Fox anymore. You're just the guy with this disease.
That's your new identity.
Yeah, I think that's how people just naturally, human nature-wise, see people.
I think it's such a cool thing that, because now that there's the Michael J. Fox Foundation, like it really does repurpose the reason why somebody is like the flagship of this disease, because it's like now people are motivated to donate and try to find a cure for a thing because it's happening to someone they all admire.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
who the fuck's Susan B. Komen, really?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, that's fucked
true.
up.
I was like, wait a minute.
No, I'm just kidding. But like, it's true though. Like, I probably honestly wouldn't put Parkinson's that high on the list for me personally.
Yeah.
In terms of things I was like, oh, I want to donate to this cause because this is like a hero of mine, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
He did say, however, when Fox finally opened up to people about his condition, that he discovered they were incredibly receptive and incredibly supportive. The actor also discovered his fear of the audience not feeling able to laugh was quickly put at ease. The audience did, in fact, continue to laugh and continue to watch my work, he continued. What's more, speaking out about his diagnosis also led to a whole opportunity opening up, which is basically what everybody just said right now in the positive form, right? Maybe at one point he was fearful that that would be the precedence for what his identity would be to everybody else. And ironically, that kind of did happen, but it was a positive thing. Like Ryan said, through that, he was able to develop the Michael J. Fox Foundation and like do something, in essence, even more purposeful with his life and with his platform or with his fame and stuff like that. So it is really dope to just hear like a very, very human side of somebody who, you know, has been a positive influence and really was a huge role model during that era. And especially in that era when so many people had little knowledge and understanding of the science of things like this, these types of diseases, or the way that people even react to it, right? The 90s were a bit harsh when it came to understanding things.
Would you guys now, if you have Parkinson's or some kind of disease, would you hide it or would you just say it?
I ain't telling nobody, dude.
Oh, really?
I'm fucking keeping it right here.
Why?
Just because I'm the deflector, right? I don't fucking tell anybody anything.
You don't even want to tell your doctor?
I gotta be on brand. What's up?
You don't even want to tell your doctor?
Hopefully he'll tell me.
How do you hide Parkinson's though?
Go ahead, show us.
Show us how you hide it.
Just like that.
I just keep it here, bro.
Yeah, just right here. You're like, what's wrong with your hands?
You know what's funny? It's really
Keep it here, bro.
it's really hard to tell like when is a beneficial time to reveal that.
The beneficial times.
Yeah,
Right.
it's kind of weird. It's like if you feel like you're in a position where you can spin a positive, or like what happened with Black Panther. Like he didn't tell anybody.
Yeah, man.
But if he did, what do you think could have been different other than just people knowing he was sick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
And then you might watch the film a different way. And then he is an artist at heart, so he's like, I don't want people to have like my art be viewed in a different lens or
Especially with that film and what that film means to people.
yeah.
And that message, I think it would get lost in translation with what he was going through.
So you have to
That's
wonder,
probably
like,
the reason why he didn't.
did he go the way he wanted to, where he wanted to go as himself and not be like a martyr for
I think
like
there's a reason why some people just keep things to themselves. They just
Yeah.
want to keep it to just for them, you know.
yeah.
That inspired me to say, no, that
When Bart did this,
That's inspirational to you.
I was like, yeah, I gotta no. The thing that is like you choose how you want to be seen as an artist. Yeah, because sometimes they choose what you want to show and how you want to be seen. But you have to know that though, like how you. But sometimes you don't know is the thing. Still, like what. Sometimes I'm like, oh, do I want to be like this or like that? But you gotta figure out what is the most valuable and how you want it to be.
Or sometimes the way you want to be seen, it's not even the way it's taken either.
Yeah,
that's true.
very true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe.
How would you do it, especially for you? That's in your career's you essentially, right? Like your
Yeah, but sometimes I don't know is the thing, because sometimes the things you say like affects your family or whatever the thing.
You don't think you have some good material on certain things?
What?
Your like I'm sure
My penis things?
No, not your penis things, but like say you had like a disease or something that you were kind of like you didn't want to talk about, but then again you could probably have some really cool material from it, don't you think? What do you think?
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know because sometimes.
Share it all.
Okay.
Share it all.
What do you want to know?
As a
just
stand-up
asking.
comedian, though, you can become more part of your act, and it's more personal.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, but sometimes it's so hard to say that. I want to be able to say the truth all the time or just my truth, not maybe not. Yeah. But then sometimes you're like, fuck, but this is so vulnerable. And people already say like some of the stuff I say, like my family, they'll be like, oh, that's really, I wouldn't share that, but you guys do shit like that too. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's like, I want to say it, but then I would affect my family and that would affect me too, or whatever the thing is.
You know what's a funny balance is like whatever your disease is, you have to balance it with being really good at the thing. Because if you're not, it looks like you're using it as a
Crutch.
Then
it has to be extra funny.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, people would be talking about suicide, and then a lot of comics would like shit on. They're like, "Oh, everybody's seeing the therapist. Everybody talking about suicide," but it's like not funny. So people give you sympathy, like what you were saying.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you gotta be like extra good, or you can't talk about it.
Or else it's hacky. Yeah. It's kind of like on America's Got Talent, there was this contestant. Her name's Nightbird, and she had terminal cancer, and she went on as a competitor. But the song she wrote about like her life was fucking phenomenal, and it couldn't be better. Yeah. And then she was in the running like to win, and then she had passed away. But she was like fucking magnificent. You know what I mean? But if you went up there and your song was "Aight,"
Yeah.
and that was your whole like home story, then it's kind of like you're guilting people into liking it, which kind of like. But
What if it was like William Hung? He came up there and he was just like, I have terminal cancer. And right out, he's like, she bang, she bang.
well, he definitely was suffering from something. Yeah, it is that balance of like if you're gonna even mention it, you're like Michael J. Fox was already a fucking proven legend by the time he said he had Parkinson, so of course everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, I want to fight for you. But like if he was
Imagine if he
basically-
said that when he was what, 26? Was when he first found it 29? Imagine if he said that when he was 29.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you've done and how
Right.
much, you know,
Right.
what you've proven already. You know, it's not like if a guy came up to you on the street and was like, hey, you like hip hop, also I'm dying of cancer. You're like, all right, I'll listen to it. You know, but
You better sound like you're dying in the studio then.
he's just coughing through his verse.
What if it's the other way around? Maybe it's better. It's like, hey, I'm dying of cancer. By the way, do you like hip hop?
Oh, that's a good segue.
Oh shit. I guess.
What if you say you're dying of hip hop? By the way, do you like cancer?